Thanks for joining us for a summary of our progress audit on credit union supervision in British Columbia. There are 42 credit unions in BC. Credit unions are particularly important in small or more remote communities where the major banks are often reluctant to establish branches. As of March 2016, there were more than 1.9 million members in BC's credit unions, and they had over $58 billion in deposits. The Financial Institutions Commission, or FICOM as they're more commonly referred to, is supposed to act as an early warning system for potential credit union failures. FICOM conducts reviews of the credit unions to establish a risk rating. The risk rating is then used to determine the degree of monitoring required by FICOM. Our original 2014 audit on credit union supervision found that FICOM was not able to meet its goal of reviewing all credit unions every 2 or 3 years. In 2014, over 50% of FICOM's reviews were over 2 years old. FICOM was short-staffed at the time, and we concluded that additional staff would allow for more timely reviews and therefore early identification of concerns so that problems can be addressed and the risk of failure mitigated. We issued 11 recommendations for FICOM, its oversight body the Commission, and the Ministry of Finance. This progress audit is to determine if the action plan submitted by FICOM, the Commission, and the Ministry is accurate. Almost 2 years later, this progress audit shows that FICOM's actions to address its staffing shortage are not working. FICOM has further reduced the number of credit union reviews it will do each year, and it will not meet its target of reviewing all of BC's credit unions every 2 or 3 years. Government pay scales limit FICOM's ability to offer competitive salaries. FICOM requires specific skill sets in its employees that are currently in high demand, and it struggles to hire the right people at the right level. Its current vacancy rate is 37%, which is up from 35% in 2014, and the superintendent or head of FICOM is leaving for a position with the federal regulator. This is not a funding issue. FICOM is funded entirely by credit unions and the other financial entities it regulates. Therefore, it can afford to pay competitive salaries without new funding from government. All FICOM needs is the green light from government to step outside current pay scales. There is a continuing risk to BC's credit unions and its members if FICOM can't do its job. It's like having a smoke detector in your home but not buying the batteries. Without batteries, no early warning system. Problems in even a few small credit unions can spread feelings of uncertainty and a loss of confidence across the entire system. FICOM has a sound framework in place for identifying potential risk to credit unions, but it needs enough staff to follow through on it. Aside from staffing, our original report contained 11 recommendations on a variety of topics. To follow up on FICOM's progress addressing our recommendations, we reviewed the action plan and self-assessment that FICOM submitted to the Legislature's Select Standing Committee on Public Accounts. We agree with FICOM's assessment of its progress in addressing our recommendations. Of the original 11, FICOM has fully or substantially completed 4 of them, and it is well on its way with 4 more. These include actions such as ensuring consistency in documenting the work on the risk ratings and setting an appropriate target size for the deposit insurance fund. Due to staff shortages, hardly any work has been done on the remaining 3 recommendations, and 2 of those first require completion of FICOM's operational plan for deposit insurance. This is the second progress audit that we've conducted under a new joint follow-up process with PAC, as the committee is commonly known. Those we audit now submit action plans to PAC shortly after we complete an audit. The action plans are discussed in committee meetings alongside our reports. Once this is done, auditees must then provide updated action plans to PAC annually, starting 1 year after the initial discussion. Separately, we review the action plans and determine if any require follow-up work, like the progress audit we're discussing today. We select a sample of action plans to audit each year based on risk, dollar value, impact, and more. That concludes our summary for today. Thanks for joining us. To read this report and others, or for more information about our office, please visit our website at www.bcauditor.com.